Another week of Hobonichi. Wanted to show you my little system I've got going as of now. September 14th, a Sunday night. Okay, so I've got my cool systemic holder, binder thingy. I have my bike map in the back because I got a new bike and I'm exploring the city of Chicago's bike paths. I have this really nice little bookmark template thing that I have in the front so I can do my straight edges and other such things. And so, in the front here, this is my social media planner. And so I'm using it like this, where I write down the ideas and things that I have. I write down notes. I'm studying things about TikTok and the best way to do, content creation and all that. I make a list of all the different things I did every day. I've usually been doing just 2 a day. I might start doing a few more. Up here, I'm keeping tabs of how many followers I'm getting, and thank you so much for following me. If you have followed me, it's been so exciting. I pretty much since the day I did that first Hobonichi post, I've doubled my followers. That post got 2.9 million views. It completely blew my mind. But anyway, and here is my Hobonichi Han. And I got some cool stickers that I got over at Paper and Pencil. I love these. Not exactly sure how I'm going to use those yet. I haven't been exploring how to use this section yet. I'm not exactly sure. What I'm thinking, it's going to end up being like an index. So if I've got certain specific information on certain days, I'll write that down, like, doctor appointment notes or whatever, that sort of thing. And monthly, I have did a couple little doodles up here. Might do some more. This is just basically, like your monthly calendar is an overview, sort of this bird's eye view of what's going on. And then I am thinking, this was this week, and it is kind of a mess. I was experimenting with color, and I really do like the color that I was using, and it really does help. I realized, oh my God, I've got lots to do with my dogs here in the blue. Wherever there's an empty space, my rule is slap on a sticker. So I did that here. Down here, I was deciding that this is a great place for to-dos, along with my to-dos along this side. Now for next week, I have started setting it up. I've got my little mind brain dump of to-dos here, and then I'm going to use this bottom section here. Milo, stop! I'm going to use this bottom section here for to-dos, and not necessarily like, these are the to-dos for this day, this day, this day. I'm just going to sort of dump them out, as I go. Because, a lot of times if I don't finish them on this day, I can, I will just finish them on the next day, Basically, like, whatever I've got down here, I'm going to try to get done through the week. I'm using color, so green is stuff that involves finance, and blue here is, appointments. I put little orange dots for my orange theory, just having fun, trying to figure out, how to use this. And with that in mind, I'm going to be using the today section. This is what I've done so far with my today sections as we go along here. This was using a, kind of like, sort of like Franklin Planner, doing my to-dos on this side and doing them as A1 importance, A2, A3, that sort of system. And then there was just notes and some journaling. I wasn't necessarily ready to start journaling full force in here because I have another journal, but I've been thinking that I want to really consolidate everything down to my one book with supplemental notebooks and other things connected with it, because I really want to be able to just carry one thing around. And then I will use the journal I've been using, maybe for some more personal stuff, but also using it as sort of like a spillover notebook. But anyway, this this day I didn't write anything on here. It kind of like surprised me, so we just covered it with a bazillion stickers. And then on this day, journaling. On this day, I did the to-do list, added stickers, and the same thing with here, just playing with different formats. I really was liking this being, you know, like my to-do section, but I don't want this to get, you know, entangled up with the to-dos that I have in my weekly section. So I really am planning on, here's a picture of my dogs. I'm really planning on using this mainly as my daily journal. So I will be using this primarily as a journal or like events of the day, just as the day goes on, just writing stuff down and that sort of thing. One thing I noticed, I was using my lei pen. This up here is the lei pen. And as you can see, that dark color ghosted almost to the point of bleeding through. So I won't be using that pen. I'm telling you, my Papermate medium point, this thing does great. See, I wrote that down here in the medium point, and it just ghosts. There's no bleed through. And then also too, with the different colors. This is lei pen up here, this blue, and then this pink is, and it doesn't really bleed through or ghost through even. So that's great. And you know, once you write on the other side of the page, you don't really notice it as much. And besides, I like it. I like it kind of looking like that. So anyway, in the back here, I just have stickers, but I have another notebook that I'm going to slip in here. And what's great is that this thing opens up, and then I can have another notebook here, and so I can be writing in here, and then I can also be writing at whatever stuff in the other notebook that isn't in here right now. But anyway, place to put some cards, stamps. I really, really, really love this systemic holder. Journal cover. I have one of these traveler's elastics to keep the book in there. Kind of just, this is like a Frankenstein of all the things that they have at Paper and Pencil. So anyway, that's that. This here is a cleaning schedule. Great week. Hope you guys had a great week, and hope that you have a great week ahead. So happy Sunday evening, and I will see you soon.